teach the whole world music. To sing a simple melody. To sing about all the joys and good times, yeah. You see, that's the way God meant for it to be. And if you don't like it, you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to play. You don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing. You don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. I'd love to sing a song for all the children. They are our future. Can you see? Take a little time out for the babies and teach them about love, hope, and prosperity. And if you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. And if you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. And if you don't like it, you don't have to play my song. If you don't like it, you don't have to sing my song. If you don't like it, you don't.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. It's a wonderful day. This is the day after Christmas celebration. And I am so thankful, so grateful to be here today. It is such a wonderful day. Dear God, as I sit before you to speak, I pray to you that my soul you will keep. And if I should die before I finish, I pray to you, dear God, in the name of Jesus, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. And Lord, bless those that need a blessing right now and help heal, deliver, set them free from any chains of bondage that they're not supposed to be in. Set them free from the hands of the enemy, God, in the name of Jesus, and give them peace and happiness. In the name of Jesus, I pray and give thanks to you. Amen. Just so happy, happy, happy to be here, to be able to witness another day and to survive through another Christmas holiday, which was no problem at all. And I want to say happy birthday to my daughter, Tammy Martin Ho. Happy birthday. And I've already spoken with her. And of course, I send my birthday songs and my greetings, and I'm just so happy that she's my daughter. She's our family. Happy birthday again, Tammy. And I love you. Okay, let's go right ahead. And I'm talking about being happy. We're going into a new calendar year, and there are things that are going to transpire in our lives and things that we have no control over. But I can tell you this, you can be happy. You can be happy. There will be moments where you will be surprised and uncomfortable and sad. But in the midst and in spite of the sadness, the uncomfortableness, and all of that, you can be happy. And I have some articles here. I have one place I've never been to before, and that's Gallagher, Proctor Gallagher Institute.com. And it's going to tell us how to be a happy person, how to be happy no matter what, how to be happy. And this time in our lives, as we get older by the femco, micro, pico, nano second, we need to try to preserve every breath of life that we can and not waste it or on sadness and things and regretting things that we have no control over. I want you to be happy. I want to be happy. And like I am not naive to life, I know something is going to come up that is just going to come up, but we are going to deal with it, okay? And I'm encouraging you to deal with it too. Then the other that I have is Moments of Positivity, and that is the site, momentsofpositivity.com. And it's self-improvement blog, and it's 7 tips to stay happy no matter what happens. We need this, don't we? We need this, how to be happy in spite of anything else, because the inevitable is inevitable. And it is going to come around. It is going to inevitable. It's inevitable that the inevitable is coming around. So we can deal with it, okay? We will deal with it in the name of Jesus. Oh, yes. In the name of Jesus. And there on one of these, there's a happiness quiz that you can take. It's tvhulk.com. I'm not going to go into there. But how to be happy with yourself, that's one I want to go into. You deserve to be happy and prioritize your mental health. If your mental state is not good, then you're no good, okay? Because you cannot function properly because your mind is going a different way from what it's supposed to go. And so we're going to talk about that too. You deserve to be happy. And this is betterhelp.com. It's being, but it's a part of betterhealth.com. This article is, okay? So we're going to just go right into, and I think I'll start with this last one, prioritize your mental health. Let's go there, okay? You deserve to be happy. You do. We all deserve to be happy. And God wants us to be happy. I guarantee it's above all, I would that you would prosper and be in health. And He wants us to be happy. He wants us to be of good cheer and all of that good that He wants for us. They're going to have me to sign into this one, so I'm not going to be able to go into that one. But there are plenty more that I can find. Here's one, how to find happiness within yourself. And so okay, let's see if I can get this one because I will get all this in a row before I get into it. How to be happy. And okay, a conscious rethink. Let's go there. We'll just add that to our list today. And like I just hope that you're feeling well today. I hope that you can find something positive that will make you smile, that has you already smiling, and you're already thinking of so many good things, so many good memories, great memories that you have of life, and new memories you're going to make as I speak. We're all making new memories. We just want to be happy, don't we? And we're going to be happy in spite of everything else, okay? Now, got that. I have everything that I want here. So I am going to go because I told you I was going to go to the blog about the mental health. 7 ways to stay happy no matter what. Then there's How to Be a Happy Person by Bob Proctor. Proctor. How to Be a Happy Person. And he also has this blog on YouTube. You could go and listen to it also. So, how to be happy no matter what. How to be happy no matter what. You may have heard people say that happiness is a choice. But is it really that simple? Can you simply make up your mind to be happy and that makes it so? Yes, it really is that simple, according to Mr. Proctor here. Bob Proctor, he said, yeah, it's possible. He says, I'm a happy person, and many members of my team are happy too. And it's not because of the company we keep or the amount of money in our bank accounts. It's because we choose to be happy when we wake up each morning and when we go to sleep at night. And we are committed to making happy choices throughout the day, no matter what circumstances we may face. It's a choice. When you think about it, it's tremendous power and freedom comes from realizing you're in charge of your own happiness. You hear that? You're in charge of your own happiness. You get to call the shots in this section, okay? No matter how much you may want them to, no one else can make you happy. No matter how much you may want them to, no one else can make you happy. If you want to be happy, you must be it, okay? If you want to be happy, you must be it. While happiness is a choice, you can decide on in a fraction of a second. You have to work on it for a lifetime. Hear this? While happiness is a choice you can decide on in a fraction of a second, you have to work on it for a lifetime. For instance, sometimes life brings circumstances and obstacles that can challenge everything you've ever known about being happy. And I think we can all attest to that, can't we? Something comes along and just almost knocks us off our feet. Literally, things happen and they catch us by surprise. Please excuse me. Sinuses or something messing with me. For instance, sometimes life brings circumstances and obstacles that can challenge everything you've ever known about being happy. During those times, it might feel like everything has been turned upside down, inside out, and backwards. Still, you can make a choice to find that spark, that one thing that allows you to see the good in that moment. Then you can continue to make choices that will make you feel good instead of sad, frustrated, fearful, or stuck. You have that choice. You can do it. And that's a fact. Happiness is choosing to look for the good instead of allowing the current circumstances to dictate how you feel, knowing that you can choose happiness can make all the difference in the world. Happiness is choosing to look for the good instead of allowing the current circumstances to dictate how you feel. Knowing that you can choose happiness can make all the difference in the world. I thought I'd repeat that. I thought I'd repeat that. It's good, isn't it? At the end of the day, it boils down to this: you can choose to be a happy person who is inwardly directed and rises above outside limitations and circumstances. Or you can live a relatively unhappy life that is at the mercy of your emotions, outside circumstances, and what others say or do. Next section here: which are you choosing? Hello, Sister McDuffie. Glad you've joined me today. So, which are you choosing? Are you choosing to be gloomy or happy? Which one are you choosing? You have a choice here. So, which one do you choose? There are some people that seem to want to be gloomy instead of happy, and they portray that, they uh, reflect it and deflect it onto other people. They just seem to want to be miserable in their woes and in their sorrows and all of that. But are you choosing to be that kind of person, or are you choosing to be happy? Now, really think about that for a moment. What are your first thoughts each morning and your last thoughts before you drift off to sleep at night? What's your outlook on life? Would your closest friends and family members describe you as happy? How do you talk to yourself and others? Do you scream, or at least want to scream, at children to get off your lawn, or do you get invited to lots of parties and outings? The next section is be happy where you are. And the writer, Bob, tells us, he said, I come across a lot of people who are so focused on where they want to go, they don't allow themselves to be happy where they are now. And that is so true. They are making an unfortunate choice. I'll be the first. This is what Bob is saying to us, okay? He said, I'll be the first to tell you that you should never be satisfied with where you are. However, you should always be happy and grateful. Instead of waiting until you achieve your goal, decide to be happy now. You can start your journey right now by making a clear, conscious, and committed decision to be happy. Declare it by writing this down. Here we go. I choose to be happy. From now on, I am going to be a happy person no matter what. He wanted us to write that down, okay? So saying or writing down something like I would like to be happy or I wish to be happy won't work. These are just wishes and they will not take you where you want to go. Once you have made the decision to be a happy person, then you need to do whatever it takes to be happy. And I concur. I totally agree with Bob here. That should start with making sure you have a positive attitude towards your day the moment you wake up. I suggest reflecting on your life and asking yourself this question: what things make me smile? Then give yourself a little time each morning to think about or do those things. Feel grateful for them. Be grateful for the progress you're making on your goals and look forward to all the wonderful things that are going to happen that day. Think it into existence, okay? Speak it into existence. You can do it. The next section here is don't get this part twisted, all right? Don't get this part twisted, all right? If you spend time around enough successful people, you notice they are generally optimistic, curious, and they find a way to be grateful for everything life brings them, the good and bad, wins and losses, highs and lows. They are happy first, successful second. You hear that? They are happy first, successful second. That's the opposite of what we were taught. We believe that we must work hard to become successful, make lots of money, get a big title, and then we will be happy. But success doesn't make you happy. Bob is saying, I know plenty of divorced, sullen, grumpy, wealthy people. Saying you need to be successful to be happy is like saying that you must win a gold medal before you can become a great athlete. Just like winning at the Olympics, when it comes to being happy, the mindset, the training, and the practice precedes the result. So, again, make the choice to be happy now. Work on it each day, and that will lead to a successful personal and professional life. To your success. Bob Proctor. Now, that is great and sweet and short. And he's in Scottsdale, Arizona. And the information is here. You can go to proctorgallagherinstitute.com. Okay. And I want to see the date of this piece here. Like I said, if you don't want to read it, you can go to YouTube and look at it. Okay, I don't see a date. So let me go to the next one here. A conscious rethink. And we've been to this section before. A conscious rethink.com. 18 ways to find happiness in yourself like you've never felt before. But let me go here to this next one before I go there. Before I go there, because there were 7 tips to stay happy no matter what happens. I want to do this one first. 7 tips to stay happy no matter what happens, and this is moments of positivity.com. Moments of positivity.com. Sorrow is because of dependency. Happiness is not dependent on anything or anyone. We keep delaying our happiness and things we're just right. Things are until things are just right in our lives. And we've heard people say, well, when I'm ready, then I'll go there and I'll do this and I'll do that. Don't wait until you get ready because you probably never will get ready. You need to, this is what this is telling us is that we keep delaying our happiness until things are just right in our life. Happiness is only possible when we can accept everyone as they are at every moment in every situation. That means an end to judging or resisting others, an end to complaining complaining and blaming, an end to criticizing and controlling, and an end to competing with anyone. You don't have to do it. Do your thing and be happy no matter what. You don't have to compete with anybody. It's not a competition. Be happy, be happy, be happy. I know you know people who have they feel like that if one person does something and gets some credit, then they have to get in the mix so that they can get some credit in front of that person so that person can see in other people because they're not happy with themselves. And it's just terrible. It's just terrible. It's terrible. You hear me? I'm like, oh, this Mr. Ron, he said, you heard me? Okay. That means an end to judging or resisting others, an end to complaining and blaming, an end to criticizing and controlling, and an end to competing with anyone. You don't have to compete. Life, for real now, life is not a competition. Even though it seems like it every single nanosecond. But life is not a competition. You don't have to stress yourself out competing with other people. Do what makes you happy and be happy no matter what. Happiness is a choice, and we respond to the same stimulus differently. There will always be obstacles, but the way we deal with them is our choice. Let's discuss these secrets to being happy regardless of circumstances. All right, here we go. Happiness radiates like the fragrance from a flower and draws all good things towards you. And that's by Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. So, our contents here: live in the present, determine what truly matters, eliminate procrastination, refrain from comparisons, learn to say no, cherish meaningful relationships, seek connection and support. And then we have the conclusion. And I'm going to take just a few seconds. I will be right back. I guess these allergies, they are messing with me. But I am determined because I really, really enjoy doing what I'm doing. And I feel that every moment that I don't say something, somebody is not getting what they need to get. I can't save the world, I can't save everybody, but I can do the part that makes me happy, making others happy by forwarding information. So, our first section to this right here is live in present. Embrace the now for lasting happiness. And this is momentsofpositivity.com. And there are 7 tips to stay happy no matter what happens. 7 tips to stay happy no matter what happens. Live in the present. Embrace the now for lasting happiness. Many of us remain unhappy due to our habitual thinking patterns. Dwelling on the future or brooding over the past only invites worry and unhappiness. Shifting our focus to the present changes the scenario. By appreciating and enjoying what we currently have and letting go of past events since we cannot control them, we can shape a brighter future through our present actions. And that is so true. And remember, Bob just told us, Bob Proctor, in his piece, he said so many people are not able to enjoy uh, the now because they're trying to think of enjoying the future, which is not here yet. They're not even living in the now. So, this is what we have to do. We have to live where we are right now. We must. Dwelling on the future or brooding over the past only invites worry and unhappiness. Shifting our focus to the present changes this scenario. By appreciating and enjoying what we currently have and letting go of past events since we cannot control them, we can shape a brighter future through our present actions. Embracing each day as if it were our last prevents regrets about missed opportunities and futile expectations. The next section here, determine what truly matters. This is really, really good. It's well thought out and well written. Yes, determine what truly matters. We're talking about being happy in spite of anything else that's happening in your life that will happen. Be happy. Determine what truly matters. To uncover what truly matters, reflect on your life while imagining yourself on your deathbed. This perspective brings clarity, showing that happiness, love, and peace are the ultimate priorities. With this realization, we begin to let go of minor frustrations, treat others with love and respect, and avoid unnecessary conflicts. By appreciating what we have and not sweating the small stuff, we can maintain a constant flow of happiness. Oh, this is so good. Oh my goodness. Then the next section is eliminate procrastination. Eliminate procrastination. I am going to change my information on Facebook. So I'm going to take a few seconds to do that because think I don't think the correct title is on Facebook. So just in case, I'm going there. I want to change that. Thank you so much for being here with me. I want everything to be right here. And you know, if you know me, you know how I am. I want everything to be right. It didn't have the title up there. It does now. Okay. So good. So good. Thank you for being here. You know, I'll say that all throughout the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here because I really do appreciate you. It means so much to me for you to be here with me and then you share this information. I'm trusting you to share this information with all of the people you're friends with. They call them friends on Facebook, all the people that follow you. Like some people have thousands of people that have given them friend requests, or they've accepted friend requests. And so, if you share on your page, then that goes to all of those people on that have accepted your friendship, or you have accepted theirs, and somebody is going to share it with someone else. That's how we get this information to where it needs to be past us, okay? So, next, eliminate procrastination. And I thank you so much for sharing. Eliminate procrastination. Procrastinating tasks we dislike leads to dwindling energy levels. Okay? Procrastinating tasks we dislike leads to dwindling energy levels, mental exhaustion, and undue stress. These factors contribute to unhappiness. Instead, it's crucial to tackle these unavoidable responsibilities head on. The completion of such tasks alleviates stress and naturally restores happiness. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Refrain from comparisons is our next, okay? Nobody possesses everything in the world, and this applies to you as well. Didn't I just say to you that I know I can't help everybody? I can't. I know I can't. But those that I do, that hear me, that I'm able to help, I'm thankful for that. Okay? Nobody possesses everything in the world, and this applies to you as well, to me as well. Okay? Constantly comparing oneself with others leads to perpetual discontentment and an inability to appreciate what we have. By avoiding such comparisons and finding joy in our possessions and achievements, we elevate our happiness quotient. Oh, yes, we do. And the next section, learn to say no. Don't we talk about this? Learn to say no. Saying yes to everything and anything compromises our happiness. To experience enduring satisfaction, we must learn to decline anything that holds no significance for us. This simple act protects us from unnecessary hardships and helps maintain our happiness level. Oh my goodness. And he says here, trust me, I have too much experience in this case. And we all imagine that we do too. Next section, cherish meaningful relationships. Have you seen some people that just mistreat people? And there are people who want to be around them, they care so much for them, and they just treat them like they mean nothing to them. I've seen people do that. I have seen them, I have witnessed it. It's just terrible. Cherish meaningful relationships. We all have meaningful relationships, including friends, a married partner, or someone special in our life. However, most of us do not appreciate these relationships until we lose them. What's that song? You don't miss your water till your well runs dry. So, to have real pleasure and joy in life, we must always appreciate all of our valuable relationships. This simple action will keep us motivated, and we will always have someone on our side in our good and bad times. Oh, yes, yes. Next, seek connection and support. Don't we stress this? You're not alone. Talk to people you trust. Sometimes the most important thing you can do is open up and talk about your feelings with someone else who's been there before. This can be a friend, family member, or coworker, anyone who will listen without judgment and offer their own experience as a resource for what might work best for you. Talk to people who can help you feel better and other things. It may seem obvious that talking about how things make us feel would help us cope with our problems, but sometimes we need more than just opening up about our feelings. We also need practical solutions for how we're going forward from here. You may find this person in an unexpected place. Maybe it's a coworker who listens without judging, or maybe it's an online group forum full of like-minded individuals offering advice on everything from relationships to illness recovery strategies. Whatever option works best for you, and remember, you're the best person for helping out. Use it wisely. My. Oh my goodness. Now, the conclusion. Although everyone experiences rough patches, we have the power to rediscover happiness. You hear that? I repeat. Although everyone experiences rough patches, we have the power to rediscover happiness. And I feel here to tell whoever this is directed to, come out of that stationary, complacent zone you're in. Don't think anymore about being stuck. Don't think anymore that there is no hope, that you're going to be there in that position for the remainder of your days. You don't have to. You don't have to. You have the power to pull yourself out mentally first, and then your body will come along with it. So I want to tell you that you are not stuck where you are forever. You don't have to sit at the house forever. You can get up. If you don't have transportation, there's some kind of transportation somewhere that will be available to you. If you're a senior citizen, you know they have the senior citizens rides. They have the ride, like the Uber and all those, whatever you're able to do. But please listen to me. Say, I'm not going to be stuck in this position mentally or physically after this moment. You can do it. So, although everyone experiences rough patches, we have the power to rediscover happiness by understanding our own minds and utilizing positive strategies. We can remain resilient in the face of adversity, even during difficult times such as loss or unemployment. Maintaining a positive mindset and adopting healthy coping mechanisms will keep us on the path to long term happiness. It's not an easy feat, but with discipline and a positive attitude, being happy no matter the circumstances is achievable. Staying happy no matter what happens sounds like a lot of work, but it's not. Staying happy, I repeat, no matter what happens sounds like a lot of work, but it's not. It just takes a little bit of discipline and positivity. And the writer says, thank you. And if you share this webcast, I really do appreciate it. I really do. I'm trying to find the author. Collins Wakolo. Wakolo. And here's an anonymous here, so it tells us we can leave a reply. So I want to make sure that I give credit. If I can find the author down here, follow me. Okay. And this copyright is 2024. How about that? Oh, I'm so happy about that. So this is momentsofpositivity.com. Now let's go to our last presentation here. Our last presentation. 18 ways to find happiness in yourself like you've never felt before. 18 ways to find happiness in yourself like you never felt before. And this is a conscious rethink.com. Oh, yes, I like this. How are you feeling? Like, really feeling. Okay, think about it. How are you really feeling? Are you happy deep inside or just pretending to be? Do you look at other smiling people and wonder what they're smiling about? Is that you? Some people are so, I'm feeling this. Some people are so unhappy and it seems so hopeless to them until it makes them sad to witness other people's happiness because they feel that it's hopeless for them to be happy. That is so sad. It's so sad. But so many people are experiencing sadness today. And we here, me here at Point of View, I want to help everybody I can. And you can help me help everybody that I can by sharing this information that I'm putting out here. So, how are you feeling? Take a look at yourself and you will look at others differently. Like, really feeling, okay? Are you happy deep inside? I know I repeat things, but are you happy deep inside or just pretending to be? Do you look at other smiling people and wonder what they're smiling about? There's a lot going on in the world right now. A lot of reasons to feel miserable and sad, but even amidst all the chaos and loss, some people still find the energy to be happy. Some people still find the energy to be happy. I am just so happy about these articles. And this was updated January 2023 and January 23rd by Michaela Afalayan. All right, got that. I love to give the credit to who the credit is due. They say give credit to whom credit is due. They'll give honor to whom honor is due. There's a lot going on in this world. A lot of reasons to feel miserable and sad. But even amidst all the chaos and loss, some people still find the energy to be happy. And we know there's a lot going on. Is it because they don't have any problems? Probably not. Maybe it's because they've never experienced the loss of a loved one. That's not likely either. Perhaps they have so much money that they can pay for their problems to disappear. Rich or poor, everyone has problems. Money can't change that, okay? Money cannot change that. So that can't be the case. Hmm, that's so true. Then why is it that some people still manage to be happy through all the turmoil and trouble that afflicts the world? These happy people have realized a little secret. And the secret is that happiness comes from within. Where does happiness come from? Within. And there's a scripture that, that tells us that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Happiness comes from within. At some point in our lives, almost everyone has witnessed something. And because their joy comes from inside, no external circumstance can stop the happiness they feel every day. At some point in their lives, almost everyone has experienced the loss of a job, a loved one, or their health. Some people experience all three in a short space of time. This includes those who choose to be happy despite these dire situations. If you're tired of being unhappy, tired of waiting until things go back to normal to feel happy, want to learn how to be happy no matter what is happening around you, we hear you. Definitely. And some people like to use that word definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Like Mr. Ron said, you heard me? I love that. Negative emotions are a burden. They're exhausting to feel and maintain. We would rather spend our lives chasing happiness, even if it's fleeting, if it's running away from us. Some people would rather spend their lives chasing something they will never catch. So, finding happiness within yourself, however, allows you to experience long lasting happiness right now, right this very moment. You don't have to wait until the webcast is off. You can be happy right now. But it is a task that requires deliberate effort and time. It's going to take quite a lot of time to train your mind in the right practices and techniques. You can start it right now and you won't be where you were a few seconds ago, okay? Here are 18 ways for you to find and experience long lasting happiness within yourself. 5 minutes, my. 5 minutes. Number one, decide what happiness looks like to you. What does happiness look like to you? Is it owning your own house with a white picket fence or traveling all over the world? Maybe your idea of happiness entails teaching English to children in third world countries or running your own business. With a paper and a pen, write down what happiness means to you. Put anything and everything that makes you joyful or smile down on the list, okay? Nothing is too ridiculous to put down as long as it makes you happy. By letting and by defining happiness, you'll know whether you're going to in the right direction in your life. Are you even pursuing happiness or are you chasing after what everyone else considers happiness to be? After all, you can't feel happy if what you're going after doesn't make you happy now and won't make you happy in the future. Once you've written what your definition of happiness is, align your life to better reflect that. If happiness is living out in the country or a small farm, start saving towards that, or take trips out to the country whenever you get the chance. Take small steps towards living your life, your happy life now. Number two, stop chasing happiness. Stop chasing happiness. Have you ever thought, I'll be happy when I get the promotion, or once we buy that house, we'll be happy, or I'll be so happy when I finish school? Have you ever thought those things? Oh, yeah. Without realizing it, we attach happiness to special occasions, often the future or external events, or actual inanimate objects, experiences. We work long hours to earn money to buy things we hope will make us happy, but because the joy of achieving a goal or the pleasure we get from an object is fleeting, when our happiness eventually fades, we're chasing another goal to get the feeling back. We compartmentalize our joy to a few brief moments in between long periods of hustling. But do the things we're working hard to get actually make us happy? Or are we so caught up in the hustle and the grind that we've never thought about it? There's just no time to rest or think. My goodness. Stop chasing happiness. Stop delaying your happiness until you bought a new car, house, or gone on that vacation. All you need to be happy is inside you. You don't have to wait until you reach some arbitrary goal to feel happy. Give yourself the freedom to be happy now, regardless of what you have or don't have. You deserve to be happy every day. Oh, yes, you do. Number three, smile more. You know how annoying it is when you're having a bad day and someone tells you to smile, especially when the last thing you want to do is smile. Well, studies show that smiling not only relieves stress and enhances moods, but also helps reduce pain. Hmm. When we smile, even when we don't feel like it, our brain is tricked into thinking we feel happy. So our brain releases hormones like dopamine and serotonin, which further help to put us in a good mood. As patronizing as it sounds to hear, you should smile more. It's actually pretty good advice to help you get back into a good mood. So, what's even better is that a smile is contagious. When someone smiles at you, even a stranger, often before you realize it, your facial expression changes to smile back. By smiling when you don't feel like it, not only is your brain working to match your mood to your facial expression, your smile is also having a similar reaction to others. So, hello, Cousin Clorinda. Oh, yes. And everybody, I want to finish this and I don't want to impose on your time, but I feel that I need to finish this. We're getting ready to go into a new year, and God willing, I'll have Greater Gospel Temple's two webcasts, and I'll have one more webcast of point of view before the new year comes in. But I'm not waiting on that because I don't know what God has in store. I don't know whether I'll be here when the new year comes in or whether the world will be here. So if you will Be patient with me. I would like to finish this, and it should take me another 20 minutes probably. Thank you so much. I love you. I love you, cousin. Thank you. I hope everybody's well. Number four, practice gratitude. Don't we talk about this quite often? Talking about gratitude. It's hard to see the good when everything is going so very wrong. But as bad as everything seems to be, there is still something to be grateful for. That you woke up this morning is reason enough to be thankful. Not everyone got that opportunity. Either first thing in the morning or just before you go to bed, acknowledge the good in your life. Jot down the simple pleasures of life that you are grateful for, like a good cup of coffee, or the sound of birds chirping outside your window, or the smell of freshly cut flowers. Look at what is working in your life and write it down. Try to find new things every day to be grateful for. The best part is that the more you find, the more there is to see. Soon you'll have pages filled with reasons to be happy. Number five, perform random acts of kindness. And we know if you have this type of personality, we're performing random acts of kindness and we don't even think about it. We just do it because it's a part of us. So if you haven't, then this is a part of being happy. Perform random acts of kindness. And if you ask God to lead you somewhere to someone that you can give an add a random act of kindness to, He'll do that for you. Now you have to be careful. We have to use caution. Be cautious, okay, about approaching anyone or going anywhere, okay? So, number five, perform random acts of kindness. Have you ever benefited from a random act of kindness? Yes, I have. Maybe you were getting your morning cup of coffee, and when it was time for you to pay, the barista informed you that the customer before you had already paid for it. Or perhaps as you were leaving the supermarket, pushing your cart laden with grocery items to your car, someone walked up to you and gave you a flower just because. How did that make you feel? Initially surprised, but ultimately it would have put a smile on your face and brightened up your day. Studies show that performing random acts of kindness improves the well being of the person performing the act, and its effect is comparable with that of other positive psychology interventions such as mindfulness, positive thinking, and practicing gratitude. Number six, acknowledge the challenges. Acknowledge the challenges. Have you ever told anyone your problems and had them stare back at you in horror, shocked that you're enduring so much? Have the details of your romantic relationship worried a friend or loved one to the point where they worried about your mental and physical safety? Were you ever ashamed to share your problems with a trusted friend because you felt they'd worry needlessly? The danger with traumatic situations is that they mess with your perception of what is normal or acceptable behavior. Your capacity for trauma gets expanded to where you see it as normal. It's easy to identify when someone else is going through a traumatic experience, but when it comes to your own trauma, we underestimate the impact of what we're going through or enduring. That is so true. Acknowledge the challenges you are facing. Recognize the trauma you are enduring. If you do not, you will continue to manage situations you were never designed to handle. When you acknowledge you have a problem, then can you take steps towards resolution? And that song, Wildflower, that is a special song to me. And they say she's faced the hardest times that you can imagine. And if you listen to that song, Wildflower, my friend, my dear friend, he's gone into eternity now. He told me, oh, decades ago, that that song reminds him of me. And so I listened to it, and I've been listening to it ever since. And I said, wow, it's something how people perceive you and they see things that you go through. And then some of us, we go through things, we just keep moving. That's what going through means. We keep moving, but we don't know how other people perceive because we move because we have to. We have to keep moving. Whatever the challenge is, whatever the traumatic experience is, we have to keep moving. And people are seeing this. And so when he told me about that song, so I've listened to it, it's called Wildflower. Okay. Acknowledge the challenge you're facing, recognize the trauma you're enduring. If you do not, you will continue to manage situations you were never designed to handle. When you acknowledge you have a problem, then can you take steps towards resolution? Number 7, get rid of stressors. Get rid of stressors. What is the cause of your unhappiness? Can you identify what your life is causing? What in your life is causing you stress? Is it your job, a relationship, money trouble? There are some problems whereby the only solution for resolving them is to get rid of them. That toxic relationship will not improve over time. Get out of it. Your toxic office won't magically get better, at least not until either you or the toxic people leave. Dust off your resume and prepare to go. There's always a way to get rid of a stressor in your life. The challenge is recognizing when a problem cannot be resolved and it's time to walk away. No one likes to give up, especially on a relationship. But when you continue to have the same issues, you need to realize that the best option for you and the other person might be to walk away. It's better to walk away than them have to roll you away or roll them away. Yes, Mama told me it's better to say there she goes than there she lays. Okay? So if you've done the best you can and there doesn't seem to be a solution to the negative situation, give yourself permission to get rid of the stressor. Number 8, spend time in nature. I love spending time in nature. Even though it's been storming here, I've been outside. I'm not dense. I'm not dense, but I love the rain. I love nature. Number 8, spend time in nature. When did you last spend time outside? Do you only go outside when you're running to and from your car? Can you remember what it's like to feel the sun on your face or your lungs filled with fresh air? Studies show several benefits to spending time out in nature, which makes squeezing in a 15-minute walk around the block worth the effort. From boosting creativity to lessening anxiety to helping you get vitamin D to giving you better immunity and more, Mother Nature takes better care of us than we do of her. In fact, being out in nature is so good for you that the Japanese have a name for it. It's Shinrin Yoku, which means forest bathing. How about that? Shinrin, that's SHINRIN dash YOKU, is not about exercising, hiking, or jogging outside. It involves simply being in nature and connecting with it through our senses of sight, hearing, tastes, smell, and touch. Researchers in Japan have linked the practice of shinin yoku with lower levels of cortisol, which is the hormone that causes your blood pressure to rise. Number 9, give back to the community. Volunteering your time, donating money, and giving back to the community are activities that benefit you most as much as the people you're helping. Not only do you feel good about yourself and your contribution, but you're also helping build your community and making the world a better place. Studies show that people who believe they are contributing to the well being of humanity tend to feel better about their lives. And what I'm talking about today is being happy in spite of everything else is going on in your life, okay? So you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy amidst all of the chaos, all of the sadness, all of the hurt, the pain. You deserve to be happy. Okay? As we age, making new friends and establishing healthy relationships becomes challenging. One of the many benefits of volunteering your name is that you have the chance to increase social interaction and volunteering your time, okay? So you don't have to go searching for your tribe at popular hangout spots where you may not feel comfortable. Volunteering at a soup kitchen, for example, allows you to get to know the people there who have at least one common interest with you. Imagine surrounding yourself with people who are passionate about building the community, generally feel good about their lives, and share your interests. Oh, yes. Do something, it'll make you happy. Volunteering, doing something for someone else. Number 10, let's go of grudges. Are you holding a grudge? Have you ever held a grudge? It doesn't feel so good. And sometimes people feel good holding grudges. It seems like they want to be upset at somebody. But really, let go of grudges, okay? We're talking about being happy in spite of everything. And these are things we have to do in order to be happy. People have hurt us in the past deeply. And often we're very justified in holding on to the anger of their betrayal, especially when they have not acknowledged the pain of their actions nor apologized. The unfortunate thing in such situations is that you are not likely to get your deserved apology, and the weight of carrying around that grudge and all that bitterness is immense. It affects your present relationships, your mental health, and prevents you from moving on. And that is so true. Let go of that grudge. Letting go of past grudges and forgiving those who have hurt you allows you to put down that burden and move forward unencumbered. You can move forward unencumbered, okay? It's not about them, it's about you and your ability to not let that painful past affect your present and future. Because no matter how badly you were hurt, not moving on gives them the power to continue hurting you. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. The best revenge is simply to forgive, move on, and live your best life. Oh, I like that. The best revenge. We're letting go of grudges, okay? The best revenge is simply to forgive, move on, and live your best life. Number 11, honor your values. Are you living in honor of your values? Do you even know what your values are? Your values are the attributes that are important to you in the way you live and work. Values help you understand the difference between right and wrong. They are characteristics and behaviors that motivate you and guide your decisions. Examples of values include loyalty, spirituality, humility, compassion, honesty, kindness, integrity, selflessness, determination, generosity, courage, tolerance, trustworthiness, equanimity, appreciation, empathy, toughness, self reliance, attentiveness. Many times, our values reflect our upbringing or the people we surround ourselves with. We don't stop to think about whether the values we model our lives after reflect our true nature. This can lead us to live lives that do not honor our inborn values. Oh my goodness. Essentially, we are not being true to ourselves. Using the above list as a guide, determine what your values are. Those are the attributes that, come hell or high water, you will always embody. For example, do you claim that integrity is a value but have no problem lying to your partner about where you're going? Are you always compassionate even when the person doesn't deserve it? Be honest with yourself. Mm, mm, mm. Man, I'm so glad I'm continuing this. Next, reflect on your life to determine if you're living in honor of your values. Where you are not, can you make adjustments? If not, you may need to leave the situation because it cannot add to your happiness. Number 12, imagine the best. Imagine the best. Being disappointed sucks. You get your hopes up, get all excited, only for it all to come crashing down. It's a horrible feeling, one we try to avoid as much as possible. To spare our frail feelings, we prefer to brace ourselves for disappointment by not setting our hearts on the best outcome or preparing for the worst. And that is so true. We think it helps us manage our disappointment. The irony is that preparing for disappointment rarely makes it hurt any less. We still get through all the emotions. We go through all the emotions of feeling hurt, sad, frustrated, and so on. By setting our minds toward disappointment, we just prolong our suffering. Instead, hope for the best and imagine the best possible outcome. Think about how happy you'll be when you hope for finally happens. Think about how happy you'll be when what you hope for finally happens. Imagine yourself getting the promotion you're hoping for. Think about how happy you'll be when you're selected for the special program. Don't be afraid to look at what you really want and imagine yourself getting it. If you eventually don't end up with what you desired, you can deal with the pain of it then. Okay? There's no need to get a head start on pain and disappointment. All right? Number 13. We have 5 to go, including this. Do things that make do things that make you happy. There never seem to be enough hours in the day to do all the things you need to do between work, family family responsibilities, and the challenges of adulting. You're busy jumping from one issue to the next. You can barely find time to sleep, much less have some fun. When you've been programmed all your life to constantly be on the go and to take care of your responsibilities, finding time to do the things that make you happy or for self care can seem pretty selfish or a colossal waste of time. When life is about everything you have to do or about helping everyone else, your mental health and well being start to suffer. This was included in this is in Tuesday's, I believe it was Tuesday's webcast. So much of this was covered then. So doing things that make you happy gives you time to decompress and replenish. When we're performing strenuous physical activity, we know we must rest and gather our strength. Our bodies won't go on without rest from the physical activity. But because we undervalue it that's the sometimes nonstop emotional and mental activity we are capable of, we cannot recognize when we need a break. I want to do this one again. But because we undervalue the sometimes nonstop emotional and mental activity we are capable of, we cannot recognize when we need a break. Don't wait until you can't go on emotionally or mentally before recognizing you need to decompress and replenish your emotional and mental strength. Make doing things that make you happy a regular part of your daily activity. Please, please, please make yourself happy, okay? Number 14, look inward. As odd as it may sound, we sometimes don't know when we're in trouble. Have you ever had a close friend or family member ask you if you're stressed, seemingly out of the blue? Until they ask that question, you may not have considered how you're doing, but something in your demeanor or personality or behavior tipped them off to the fact that you're struggling. You were not acting like yourself. Don't wait until someone else asks you if you're okay before you know you're not. Check in with yourself regularly, perhaps even daily. A daily journaling practice will make this very easy to do. It will also help you figure out what your triggers are. Set aside some time to reflect regularly. Ask yourself how you're doing. Are you stressed, depressed, happy? Check in with yourself the same way you check in on a close friend or family member you haven't talked to in a bit. Make sure you're okay. If you're not, take the steps to get yourself back on track. Very important. Number 15, build your self esteem. We live in a world that enjoys tearing people down and stripping them of their self esteem, and that is so true. My God, it is so true. In a perfect world, our parents slash caretakers, schools, and mentors would work to build up our self esteem. They teach us how to build up others as well. This would be in a perfect world, okay? Unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world. In our world, we need to figure out how to build ourselves up. As we're learning how to build ourselves up, we need to work on building others up too, or at least learn how to not tear them down. The first step towards building up your self esteem is understanding that no one is perfect. Everyone has their own flaws. Some people just do a better job of covering their flaws up than you do. The second step is to appreciate your flaws. They make you the unique person that you are. If you want to work on your flaws, there are resources available for you to do that. But your flaws don't make you a terrible human being. Instead of focusing on your negative traits, treat yourself the way you would a valued friend. With all their faults, you still appreciate their strengths and good points. Many times you forget about their flaws because of their good side. When you get down on yourself, celebrate yourself the way you would a good friend. Recall your past positive moments and achievements. Remember all the hurdles you were able to scale to get to where you are today. Be your biggest cheerleader. Oh, yes, I like that. Number 16, surround yourself with happy people. Surround yourself with happy people. Just as misery loves company, people like to be around those who brighten up their day. Surround yourself with people who have a positive outlook on life, people who seem to be perpetually happy. Look for people who strive to find the silver lining in whatever dark cloud they face. These people have an innate understanding that happiness comes from within. People who are generally happy understand that while circumstances can change and affect us negatively, it is our choice whether or not we want to be happy. They choose happiness when it's difficult to do so. Oh, yes. A benefit of being around them is that they'll help you have a positive outlook on life as well. They'll be that one friend who will help you see the silver lining in the dark cloud. When you spend time with them, you'll learn how they're able to take things in stride and still feel joy. Number 17, be present. We have one more after this, okay? We have 18 of these. Be present. Oh, yes. We talk about this so much. Thank you, God. You've also got a lot going on in your life. Time seems to fly by, and the rate of at which everything is moving can be overwhelming because we're so used to being on the go. It's hard to slow down. If you find it challenging to slow down and to be present in the moment, try the following exercises. Mindful body scan. Okay, while sitting or lying down on your bed, take a few deep breaths. Pay attention to how your breath enters your body, fills your lungs, and exit your body as you exhale. Exhale as it exits your body as you exhale. Pay attention, okay? Good evening, Lady Patsy. Good evening. I'm almost finished. I wanted to do this and just finish it up. While sitting or lying down on your bed, take a few deep breaths. Pay attention to how you breathe. Your breath enters your body, fills your lungs, and exits your body as you exhale. Initially, focus on breathing in and out. Then, starting with your toes, pay attention to how they feel and notice any sensation you're experiencing there. After a few moments of focused attention, move up to the next part of your body. Focus on your feet, then ankles, then calves, and up. This exercise can help you focus your thoughts and attention in order to be present and mindful. Mindfully review your day. At the end of your day, right before heading off to bed, take a few minutes to do a review of your day. Reflect on your day from the start to the present moment. Be sure to note any memorable events, the little things you didn't have time to fully enjoy during the day. Take stock of your mood as you went through the day. Savor the joyful moments, both big and small. We're talking about how to be happy in spite of. And then we know that happiness has to come from within. Nobody can give you happiness but you yourself. Okay? By the power of God. He gives you that power within yourself to be happy. He supplies it, okay? It might be a good idea to write your reflections down in a journal or a diary. Take time during the day to slow down and be present. Focus on what you're doing instead of worrying about what you still need to do. Enjoy the things around you that you don't always notice. Number 18, reduce consumption of negative news. Oh, and I have done that. Thank you, God. Reduce consumption of negative news. A study conducted by Guyland, Ariana, Guyland, Ariana Huffington, and researchers at the Institute for Applied Positive Research revealed that participants were 27% more likely to report that they had a bad day 6 to 8 hours after being exposed to just 3 minutes of negative news first thing in the morning. Your early morning review of the major headlines has a bigger impact on you than you think. Rarely does the media broadcast news that uplifts or motivates. That is so true. The few times they do is sandwiched in between alarmist news with shocking headlines meant to grab our attention. Often we're left feeling anxious or scared about the future. That is so true. That is so true. Completely ignoring the news is also not ideal, and that's for real. So, as we want to stay up to date on current affairs and critical information, okay? So, in order to balance staying informed and allowing the information to affect our mental health, by try the following, okay? Turn off news alerts. Turn off the push notifications for the news on your phone or email. We rarely need to be that connected to breaking news that we cannot miss the news that happens while we're at work or are living out living our lives. Next, limit your exposure. Restrict the amount of news you listen to, read or watch to a specific number, such as 30 minutes a day. This lets you stay informed without obsessing over it. Next, subscribe to a newspaper or podcast instead of aimlessly flipping through the channels to the latest news. Subscribe to a newsletter or listen to a news podcast that will summarize the top headlines. The news as a medium for staying informed is beneficial to us all. But when staying informed starts to make us anxious or worried about the future, we need to look at cutting back on how much negative news we consume. Lasting happiness is something that comes from inside and can be found from looking inward. Happiness that results from an external action is fleeting. Okay? Lasting happiness is something that comes from inside and can be found from looking inward. Happiness that results from an extended action is fleeting. When you look inward and remove the habits or behaviors that block you from being happy, it becomes much easier to attain long term happiness. Struggling to put this advice into practice and find happiness within? Okay, speaking to a therapist today, they have access to therapist information, okay, uh, who can walk you through the process. And all you have to do is connect through this website. This website is A Conscious Rethink, okay? So they have other articles here, but this is a great source here. So I'm not going to prolong the time. I have been on here past my hour, which is 1 hour and 35 minutes, 43 seconds. I love you so much, and I thank you so much for being with me, Lady Patsy. Thank you for being here talking about making a decision to live and enjoy our lives in spite of challenges. She said, a lady and I. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. We have to, in spite of everything else, just remember our happiness comes from the inside and it's told us what to do to receive and maintain that happiness. Okay? And I thank God that He has blessed me to be happy on the inside and that happiness reflects on the outside. And of course, I have trials and problems and things like that. But I thank God, thank God, thank God I don't let it affect my life. The inevitable is inevitable, and the inevitable is going to happen, okay? But we can be happy in the midst of it. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with me. And God willing, I'll be here for Greater Gospel Temple Saturday evening Bible lesson session, 7:39 p.m. Saturday and Sunday morning, 7 a.m. for Greater Gospel Temple's uh, Sunday morning manna from heaven. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And please enjoy the remainder of your day. Please enjoy the remainder of your day. And I really appreciate you for staying in here with me. Thank you. I'm not going to go over the time like this, but I felt that I needed to do this, okay? So I won't make it a habit. Thank you so much.